Hi everybody, my name is Brittany and I am the fat activist gone rogue. I'm doing this video blog because I've been fat for my entire life. I've been a fat positive activist for most of my life, and now I'm getting ready to have the gastric sleeve procedure. I have some really complicated feelings about being fat positive and getting weight loss surgery, so I'm putting it out there into the world. Most of my life has been spent being really transparent about my mental illness, my relationship to my fat body, my traumatic childhood, so on and so forth. And I've always found that being transparent helps me get the things that I need accomplished, which is to clear my head and to provide solidarity with other people who might be going through the same thing. I know that a lot of people who go through the gastric bypass are bashed by other people in the fat activism community for doing weight loss surgery and being thinner. It's looked at as purely this cosmetic thing, and you don't want to be fat anymore, and why do you not want to be fat anymore? There's nothing wrong with being fat. So I'm here to say that yes, there is absolutely nothing wrong with being fat, first and foremost. My views on that are not changing at all. About 3 weeks ago, I was told by my doctor that I have tachycardia. And about a week later, I went in, no, this was probably a month ago that I was told that I have tachycardia. And I went in for an EKG a week later, and it showed that I had some heart abnormalities that were causing distress. And my doctor told me really frankly, you can either have a pacemaker within a year or you can have some extreme weight loss, and referred me to the bariatric program. I feel really complicated about doing a gastric bypass, or a gastric sleeve I should say, because I love my fat body. I've worked really hard to love my fat body. It's taken me a really, really long time to get here. And I don't want to give that up. I don't want to give up loving who I am in spite of everything that society told me to believe about my body and what my mother told me to believe about my body. And my mother both intrinsically and extrinsically taught me how to have a relationship with my fat body. And so that's some stuff that I'm going to be exploring too. I'm exploring that in a therapeutic setting as well as doing these video blogs. So I hope that I can share what I learn with you guys. And I really appreciate you tuning in. What I'm thinking right now is super petty. And I'm struggling to integrate this sense of pettiness and shallowness with the person that I believe myself to be. My first step in learning how to love my fat body was actually learning how to not care about my fat body. I had to go from having a really negative self-image to a baseline of 0 to neutrality in order to learn how to build from there. You can't just go from hating your body to loving your body overnight. So I learned how to not care about my body, to tell myself that it wasn't important how I looked, it didn't really matter, that there were lots of other great things about me, and all of that is true. But I also eventually learned how to love the way I look and to be really comfortable in my skin and to look at my rolls and not feel ashamed, but feel proud. My body positivity has encompassed a lot about my chronic pain. It's encompassed my relationship to food, and when food makes me feel awful or food makes me feel good, that's part of body positivity to me. And none of that is changing. But somehow the idea that I'm going to be thinner or be able to buy clothes off the rack is really strongly appealing to me. And I feel like I'm betraying my identity, and I'm betraying all the people who have looked up to me regarding my fat positivity, because suddenly I'm like, hey, I'm going to be thinner. That's kind of cool. And I don't have any solutions for this. I just kind of need to process it out loud. I don't think there's anything wrong with being petty. I think that you can be petty and you can be concerned with makeup and you can be concerned with clothes and you can be concerned with how you look, and that doesn't take away from your depth of person, who you are as an individual. If any of my friends were having these thoughts and told me they wanted to look better or be able to buy more clothes, I'd be like, oh, you, fuck yeah. But internally, I'm super judging myself. Like, did everything I say for the last 16 years mean nothing? Was it a lie? Was it a facade? Was it a symptom of cognitive dissonance? I don't think so. But that's where I'm feeling. And those feelings are really hard to quiet down sometimes. I'm also thinking about stuff like new clothes and going shopping. And it's a little hard for me to swallow, no pun intended, that in the face of having to undergo major surgery and having to completely change my diet forever and having tachycardia and all of that stuff, one of my main concerns is A, getting rid of the hella cute wardrobe that I have spent decades building. Because, seriously, y'all, like, I look super cute. And I spend a lot of time and money looking super cute. And now I'm not going to fit into those clothes. And I feel disheartened by that. But at the same time, I'm really excited to buy new clothes. And then following the thought of the excitement of buying new clothes is the thought that I'm a traitor. And I'm really tired of that loud voice in my head that says that I'm a traitor because I'm excited about clothes. Or that I feel disheartened about clothes. Or whichever of those two moods it happens to land on at this moment, that I'm a traitor for feeling that way. So that's where I sit right now. As far as the actual procedure, because this vlog is going to be about that too. When I weighed in at my initial tachycardia appointment, my EKG, and then when I weighed in at the first consult with the bariatric program, I had lost 10 pounds. As soon as I got told that I had tachycardia, I immediately quit all caffeine, quit soda, and switched from caramel macchiatos to Americanos, because I'm a big Starbucks drinker. And it wasn't that hard to lose that 10 pounds. And that happened in like 2 weeks. So now I'm learning how to exercise better portion control. I'm learning how to eat slower and chew more thoroughly, all sort of in anticipation of getting this surgery. And just because it's, you know, better eating habits, whatever. I'm going to try to update weekly. I don't know how that's going to go. If you're watching this and you are a fat activist, or you are a fat-bodied person, or you have gone through the gastric sleeve, I'd love to hear from you. Comment below. Feel free to send me a message. I'm going to be checking my messages regularly, and I would love to start a conversation about all these things. Thanks so much for tuning in. Appreciate you guys. Bye.